Blessed day to you, all my sports to the bone family. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope everybody is doing okay. Hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. So we're going to be taking a look at what Keacy Carty had to say after picking up the Man of the Series award yesterday. We're also going to be zooming in on our captain Shai Hope, reminding everyone that the group is not a bad batting group because they had a poor showing in the first ODI. He also sent out some encouragement to his batters and, spoke about a few other things. So, gonna be taking a look at that. Let's give a listening ear until the end and let me know your thoughts in the comment section. So, let's start off with Keacy Carty. Now, Keacy Carty had another good outing yesterday. And after the game, he was awarded Player of the Match and Player of the Series. So in his interview, he was just saying that, coming off 100 in the previous game, it was just all about going out there and trying to do the same thing, just trying his best to see if he could get in. And, he was saying that as a batting group, they knew that they had to do more. You understand? They knew that they had to accelerate a little faster, even though in the second game, they did well with the bat. Going into the third game, the plan was to go out there, get in and accelerate a little faster to make sure that as a group, they were all contributing to what needed to be done. He was saying that was the intent, when he walked out there, just get in, get the team off to a good start. Well, continue if the team got off to a good start and just to take it as deep as possible. He was asked about how he's feeling being the man with the joint sixth highest score in ODIs for West Indies. He was saying that, listen, this is his job. You understand? This is his job and he just wants to go out there and, just to score. He just wants to make sure that whenever he goes on the pitch, he's helping to put the team in a winning position. He was saying that it's all about the process, just backing his skill, trusting the pitch and just trying his best to get as many runs for the team as possible. He was saying the pitch wasn't very hostile, so batters knew that they could be a bit more flamboyant in terms of going for their shots earlier than usual. You understand? So it was just about trusting the players, trusting the pitch, and trying to make sure that they put in a good performance as a batting group, is what he was saying. Man was also saying that he's just happy to have an impact, you understand, because it is his job. So whether he scores a century, a half century or whatever, he's doing his job. So he's just happy to be able to contribute to West Indies winning. He spoke about the series in general, saying that, it was a poor showing in the first game. The second game, they put together a good score. Unfortunately, they weren't able to defend it because of the rain. But, it was good that they were able to draw the series. So, they are going into England having drawn that series instead of losing the series. So, they are looking to bring that momentum with them. So, shout out to Keacy Carty. All right, so Shai Hope, the captain, he also spoke about the team. He was saying that it was very crucial to have won that game, or it is crucial that they won that game yesterday because, of the point standing. According to Shai Hope, if we had lost that game and therefore losing the series, we would have dropped 7 or 8 points. So it was important for them to go out there and secure the win. You understand? He was saying that the guys, obviously we didn't win the series, but it's a good way to finish off the series. Everybody finishing off strong, finishing off on a good note is what Shai Hope is saying. And he also said that you can see that learning is happening. After what happened in the first game, you could see people applying themselves, playing different shots, showing more intent. Similar to what Keacy Carty was saying. You understand? After what happened in the first game, they had to go a little harder. You understand? According to Shai Hope, they benched what happened in the first game real quick. They knew that having a bad batting performance in one game doesn't make them a bad batting group, is what he's saying. So They just backed themselves. They looked at the success that they have had as a team over the last several months, and just use that to basically push themselves to get into the game a bit more. He was saying that the conversations have been happening as a group, so they know exactly what needs to be done. He was also asked about Keacy Carty. He was saying that Keacy Carty is somebody that works really hard on his cricket, and they have conversations daily. He was saying that Keacy Carty is very talented, and to be an elite player, this is the way. You have to try and score good runs more often than not. So it's good to see that Keacy Carty has been consistent, is what he's saying. He's saying that when a player has the ability and you see them go out there and making use of it, it's very good. We have seen players in the past or even currently in and around the team that they have the ability and they probably don't put in the amount of work that is necessary to get them to stay at the wicket for a long period of time and bat. So he's saying that it's good to see Keacy Carty putting in that work. He also spoke about the team in general, saying that everybody have been chipping it in, especially number 3 from 3, 4, 5, and 6 thereabout. Those guys have been chipping in. So it's just about trying to get the power play right, trying to get the first 10 overs, which would mean that the openers are the ones that need to settle down, score some runs, and bat for a period of time, is what Shai Hope is saying. According to him, they just need to continue learning so that they can be strong as a batting group going forward. But going into England, based on what Shai Hope and Keacy Carty are saying, it seems as if, based on what the two of them, are saying, it seems as if the guys are ready, they are upbeat, they are pumped. It will be a tougher challenge, obviously. So we're definitely hoping that the guys will be able to bring this form in and see how best we can go. I mean, there are a few things that we still need to tighten up on. Obviously, the squad will change a little bit going into that series. For example, still working on picking up early wickets. That is something that we need to work on. When guys are not necessarily attacking, we need to have the ability to pry out wickets, not just when people are on the attack and it's a bit more risky. You understand? We need to be able to set up batsmen, work out batsmen, be disciplined enough to get the new ball in the right position or in the right spot, right, to force errors. That is the thing that we need to do. We don't want it to be a case where it's mostly when people start attacking that we can pick up wickets. More often than that, the game would have already been gone, So happy to know that we were able to level the series and, we are set to take on England in that series. Big up on yourself.